Hi everybody, I wanted to use this short video to talk to you a little bit about our upcoming assignments and to give you a couple reminders about how to make the most of the content. Since we won't be meeting for class, I want to make sure that you're thinking about working through the content carefully like we would if we were in class talking about it together. So a couple of reminders real quickly for you. If you are on our course home page, you'll be in this kind of starting spot where you land when you first come into our class. A couple of things. One is I'll put up announcements here on this course homepage about important things to note about assignments or upcoming things that I want you to pay attention to. So this is a great place to check first when you first come into our class. On the course homepage, just check the announcements and see if I've put anything new up there. Right now, what you'll see is this job search packet revision page. And then the next spot I want you to remember to look is over here on your calendar. You'll see that it has these upcoming events that you can make sure the arrow is pointing down. And this will give you a reminder of all the things that are coming up in our class. So you'll see your 3 job search documents due this evening. And then if you scroll down, you'll see that I've published the homework for next week. As we talked about in class, I want to remind you to go to the homework spot first before you go to the thing that's also on that day that you might be turning in. So again, go to the overview of the homework for that day before you go to the thing that you're going to turn in. That makes sure that you get all of the content. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Tuesday's homework and just show you a couple of things. This content to review section is the part that I want you to make sure and work through in order and review carefully. This is the kind of work that we would do in class together, but since we're not in class, I'll give you the materials and you'll review them on your own. So for Tuesday, you're going to look over the 2 upcoming assignments, and I'm going to talk to you about those in just a minute. And then you'll work through each of these pieces of content in order to understand how to do those assignments and also to understand how to do the homework for Tuesday. So working through the content, then working on the assignment. And Tuesday's homework assignment is pretty short. It's just looking at a pretty unprofessional email and making some revisions to it based on the content that you've read here. I'm going to go ahead and go to the follow-up letter and email assignment so I can show you what they look like. And it looks different for me, so I need to maximize this for you. Okay, so we're doing 2 assignments that are related for our next chunk of work together. There's an email and a follow-up letter. And the context for both of these is that you got the job that you have just applied for with your job packet, and now you're going to practice communicating within your new workplace. So you're going to write 2 different pieces of communication, again, both within that new workplace. So you just got the job. Now you're going to write an email and a follow-up letter. Here's the important thing I want you to note. Your follow-up letter needs to talk about something that's bad news for the person that you're writing the letter to, and the email can just talk about something really typical that might happen in your workplace. So these are the details about the letter, and I've given you some information about how to get started. Down here I give you some other topic ideas. But again, on your follow-up letter, you're going to talk about something difficult. Some bad news about something bad that happened at work, something bad with a client or with a coworker, you lost something, you left the store door open and a bear got in, whatever you want to write. You're writing something bad, and you're going to use the indirect organization pattern that you'll read about on Tuesday to help you write about that bad news and address it professionally. So that's the follow-up letter. The email is a pretty typical workplace email. You don't have to write about something difficult, so I want to emphasize that again. The email is not about something difficult. It's just about a typical workplace situation. So the email and the letter are both due on the 12th. We just looked at the letter assignment. The email is just a typical workplace situation. Again, you're writing to those people that you just got hired within that new work context. I give you some tips here. You also have read a lot for Tuesday about professional workplace emails. So your follow-up letter is the bad news letter. Your email is just a typical workplace situation. So this coming week, we'll be doing some homework on Tuesday to help us think about professional communication, letters and emails in the workplace. You'll do a little practice email revision. On Thursday is our peer review, and I'd like you to, again, read some material. I have attached a sample follow-up letter for you to review to see how that indirect organizational pattern looks. A couple of items to read about concision and being concise in your writing, and then finally uploading your draft of your email and follow-up letter for peer review. If you have any questions or concerns as you move through this week, just let me know. Otherwise, I'm excited to see these next two pieces of professional communication that you come up with.